If you win the first 5 minutes of your day, you can win the whole day. That might sound like an exaggeration, but it's not. Most people wake up and hand their emotions over to the world within seconds. The alarm blares, the phone buzzes, a notification flashes, and before they've even taken their first deep breath, they're already reacting, pulled into anxiety, comparison, pressure. But you, my friend, you have another choice. You can begin differently. You can begin intentionally. And in doing so, you can change the entire tone of your day. Not by force, not by frenzy, but by quiet design. Your mind in the morning is like soft clay, open, impressionable, ready to be shaped. And whatever thoughts you press into it early, those become the structure of your focus, your energy, your peace. Think of your mind as a garden. In the first moments of morning, the soil is fresh. What will you plant there? Fear or faith? Rush or rhythm? Noise or stillness? You don't need a miracle morning. You don't need a perfect routine. What you need is a sacred pause. Just 5 quiet minutes to remind yourself that you are not a machine, that your worth is not measured by your productivity, and that peace is not something you earn, it's something you choose. Speak gently to yourself. Let the light hit your face. Stretch your body with gratitude and whisper a new beginning into your soul. This day is a gift, and so are you. Let the first 5 minutes be your declaration. I will walk in peace today. I will not rush. I will not react. I will respond with wisdom. I will move with quiet confidence. You don't need to control the world. Just begin by leading yourself calmly, kindly, and with intention. The first 5 minutes matter, and you're choosing to use them well. The most powerful voice you'll hear today is your own. Make sure it's speaking peace, not panic. Before the world has a chance to speak to you, you must speak to yourself. And you must do it with kindness, with courage, and with conviction. We live in a noisy age. By the time you've brushed your teeth, you've already been exposed to a dozen opinions, 5 world problems, and 3 people trying to sell you something. So before any of that rushes in, pause, because the voice you believe in the morning becomes the script you live all day. This is where the power of morning affirmations comes in, not as hype, not as magic, but as gentle truth-telling. Your words carry weight, and when they're rooted in values, in clarity, and in self-respect, they have the power to reset your mind and spirit. You don't need to shout. You don't need to convince. You only need to declare the truth, quietly, but with authority. Here are a few morning phrases you can whisper to yourself before the day begins. I am calm and steady. I choose peace over pressure. This day is a clean page, and I will write on it wisely. I am not behind. I am exactly where I need to be. I will listen more than I speak and love more than I react. These are not slogans. They are gentle reminders to your inner self, and they help your nervous system, your thoughts, and your energy align. You are not your inbox. You are not your to-do list. You are not the sum of anyone's approval. You are a thinking, breathing soul, alive for another day. So speak to yourself with a tone you would use for someone you love. Be firm and be kind. Be honest and be gentle. Because if you don't shape your inner dialogue, the world will shape it for you. And the world is not always kind, but you can be. Your morning doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be yours. Some people think they need an hour-long routine, a Himalayan sunrise, or a perfect life to feel calm in the morning. They don't. All you need is a rhythm that feels like peace to you. A ritual so simple, so soft, that you can return to it daily without pressure. Here's a morning reset that takes just 10 gentle minutes, and it can change your entire emotional climate for the day. Step 1, sit with stillness before screens, before tasks. Just sit. No music, no scrolling. Just listen to your breath, your surroundings, your own soul. You'll be surprised what rises to the surface when silence is invited in. Step 2, gratitude grounding. Write down or whisper 3 things you're thankful for. They don't need to be big. Warm water, a good pillow, the strength to stand. Gratitude doesn't change your circumstances. It changes your vision. Step 3, one thought, one word. Choose one word to carry today. Just one. Peace, strength, presence. Now pair it with one sentence. Today I will move with higher. This becomes your anchor, your internal compass when the noise comes. Step 4, light input. Read something nourishing, not a feed, not the news, maybe a line from a poem, a quote from a wise teacher, a passage from Scripture, or a philosophy you respect, something that lifts, not drains. Step 5, breathe it in. Take 5 deep, intentional breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Each breath says, I'm alive, I'm grounded, I'm enough. You don't need to do this ritual perfectly. You just need to show up with sincerity and softness. This is not a checklist. It's a returning to who you are, to what matters, to the quiet inside you that's been waiting to be heard. Confidence doesn't always roar. Most of the time, it just walks quietly in the room and gets to work. Today's world often confuses volume with strength. It tells us that the loudest voice wins, that success means constant movement, that if we're not posting, pushing, proving, we're falling behind. But real power, the kind that lasts, it's quieter than that. It's the power of stillness in a storm. It's the strength to listen when others shout. It's the courage to slow down even when everyone else is rushing. Let me tell you a story. A teacher once stood before his class and held up a full glass of water. The students expected the usual question, is it half full or half empty? But instead, the teacher asked, how heavy do you think this glass is? Students guess 200 grams, 300 grams, maybe more. The teacher smiled and said, the absolute weight doesn't matter. What matters is how long I hold it. For a minute, no problem. An hour, my arm will ache. A day, my arm will go numb. Then he said, the longer you carry stress, the heavier it becomes. Put it down even briefly, and you'll regain your strength. That's what quiet confidence does. It doesn't carry every worry all day. It knows when to let go. It trusts that peace isn't laziness, it's wisdom. You don't have to shout to be heard. You don't have to prove your worth by being constantly busy. You can move through the day like a deep river, steady, sure, and powerful beneath the surface. And when you meet anxiety, not if, but when, you pause, you breathe, you remember, this is not who I am. This is just a passing wave. I am the ocean beneath it. Let the world chase noise. You choose peace. You carry calm. And in that stillness, you lead.
Staying calm at sunrise is easy. The real test is holding on to that calm when the world begins to spin. You've started your morning well. You've breathed deeply, spoken kindly to yourself, maybe even paused in silence. But now the emails are coming in. The traffic's noisy. Someone's short with you. And before you know it, peace feels like a distant memory. Let me tell you something true. Even the calmest minds get rattled. Peace isn't something you gain once. It's something you return to again and again. Think of it like carrying a cup of still water through a crowded room. If you don't hold it gently, it'll spill. But if you stay centered, you'll move through the chaos without losing what you're carrying. So how do you return to your center when the world pulls you off balance? You pause, even for just a few seconds. You don't need a candle or a yoga mat. You just need one sacred breath. Here are 3 quiet reset tools you can carry with you all day. Number 1, the one breath reboot. When anxiety shows up, stop for just one deep breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Whisper, I am here. I am okay. It's not magic, but it's powerful. Number 2, the 5-minute walk. Step away from the noise, even if it's just a walk to the next room. Let your mind exhale. Leave your phone behind. Walk like someone who owns their time, not someone owned by it. Number 3, the midday reminder. Set a phone alarm with this phrase, return to peace. When it goes off, don't ignore it. Let it remind you of your morning intention. You don't have to be unshakable to live with peace. You just have to return to peace faster than the world pulls you away from it. That's your quiet power. And when you practice it day after day, people will feel it before you even speak. Because calm is not a performance, it's a presence. How you begin is often how you live. You've now walked through a different kind of morning, one not ruled by chaos, but by calm. One not defined by urgency, but by clarity. And here's what I want you to know. This isn't just about your morning. This is about your life. Because when you start each day with a quiet intention, you begin to live each day with quiet strength. That's what this ritual is really about. Not perfection, not productivity, but presence. The world will try to pull you into its current. News will rise. People will frustrate you, time will feel too short, and expectations will keep piling up. But the person who begins with peace doesn't sink. They stand, rooted, present, focused. And even when things go wrong, which they will, they respond with grace instead of reacting in fear. So here's your invitation. Every morning before the headlines, the deadlines, and the noise, take those first 5 minutes. Sit in silence, breathe into your body, speak truth to your soul, and step out, not to chase approval, but to carry purpose. This is not a one-time fix. This is a practice, a quiet promise you make to yourself. And you don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to do it faithfully. Because each new morning is a new beginning, a new chance, a quiet dare from life itself. Will you lead from within today? Will you begin with peace and carry it forward? You don't need permission to live gently. You don't need applause to live well. You only need the courage to begin quietly, purposefully, peacefully. Walk in calm. Speak in kindness. and begin again tomorrow and the day after that. Because how you begin is how you leave.